Well, it's pretty chilly tonight. This thing isn't perfectly sealed up yet, but it's getting there. I should have sealed it up today, but not enough hours in it, right? I still have to deal with the consequences every day of other people's cowardice and other people's selfishness. A lot of these people who promise to help me are very selfish people, and they've shown that. I need their help. I need them to tell the truth. You know, the more this went along, the more abuse that I had to endure. Mind you, my abusers are, oh, great, restricted number is calling me. Lovely fucking, isn't it? 4 goddamn years of this. 4 goddamn years of it. 4 goddamn years of hounding and fucking harassing. 4 goddamn years of violence. 4 goddamn years of fucking threats. 4 goddamn years of I'm sorry, I'm fucking sorry. No, the fuck you're not. Every one of you could do something about this. Every one of you could make a big fucking deal about it. Like you do about stupid shit. All day. All fucking day. Over and over and over again. You know, it's only been today for 13 minutes. These are all from yesterday. Then I got some from today. Lovely, isn't it? I listened to them conversations with Brandon Ratner. It's pretty goddamn obvious that he ain't gonna lift a goddamn finger. He's just gonna talk about it. As far as keeping your word, well, most of the people that I associate with and have associated with, when I say I'll try, they say, you said you promised. You promised? No, I didn't promise. I said I'd fucking try. Brandon said that in the last video. He did say that he would try. But there were 3 different occasions just at the very beginning. See, here's restricted number calling me again. Now what happens when I call the cops? I have to call the same cops who are covering for their own fucking wrongdoing. And they ain't gonna do shit. They're gonna talk fucking nice because they know I record them. But that's it. I can't do these things without being abused unless someone goes in with me. That's the reason that the police and the Bollingers were able to pull all of the shit that they did, is because nobody went in with me in person. It was all empty fucking promises. Did Brandon ever go in with me to make a report? No, he didn't. Not once. He didn't bother to try showing up to court, tell court in Wyoming. And then he wants to throw that in my face as if that somehow magically makes up for the fact that his bitch ass didn't speak up from the very start. The stories I told were true. Now he wants to claim that he made those calls to those police officers. He's not going to provide any evidence that proves it. I just have to take his word for it. I didn't ask anyone to just take my word for it. I have asked all along for people to take a fucking look. I'm not a computer dude. People say, oh, well, you're on Facebook, you're on the internet. Jesus fucking Christ. And who helped me to do that? Here's restricted bitch some more. Tell you what, I'm just gonna call 911. Knock your shit off, bitch.
What's the address for emergency?
Actually, I would like to set up an appointment to meet with an officer tomorrow at some point. I have been harassed to the point that I am fucking going nuts. Seriously, I need help getting these people to stop.
Okay, what's your address?
I don't have one.
Okay, where can an officer meet you at tomorrow?
They can call me. My name is Sean Schwartz, and the officers here know me, and they know my number.
Okay, what's your phone number?
They already have my phone number.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you need any other information for them, or do they have that too?
They should be aware of the situation already. They just haven't done anything.
Okay, I'll pass on a message to the staff that comes on tomorrow.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
See, they manipulate the situation so that, well, here's that goddamn restricted number again. Oh, yep. As soon as I answered, they hung up. Now, what's the difference between me and these predators? I don't hide anything I do. If I'm harassing you, there's a fucking reason. And I'm willing to admit the reason and the fact that I'm harassing you. Maybe you should think about that before harassing somebody. Maybe you should think about that before harming an individual. Maybe before you try throwing it in somebody's face that you did something, why don't you stop to remind yourself that you were paid in full for that? Before you go talking trash about all you did for me. Why don't you think about the consequences of the fact that you didn't do what it is that you promised? There's a restricted number. Harassing some more. Isn't that fun? Every night. Oh, there they go again. There they go again. Natalie and Alicia weren't my victims. I was theirs, and still am. I know you guys want to believe that all homeless people are junkies. Well, I don't do drugs, bud, and I don't drink. Natalie, Alicia, Ted, yeah, that whole fucking clan, a bunch of drinking, drugging bastards. But Natalie's pretty, and Alicia's pretty. So it's okay for you to hurt people over rumors. It's okay for you to lie about them. It's okay for you to threaten to kill them and their families. It's okay for you to do this for years on end. Meanwhile, everything that they were doing to me, they were pretending I was that person. Everything they did to Natalie, they pretended I was that person. James beats up Jamie, and I'm supposed to be the bad guy in the situation. No, she did a bunch of fucked up manipulating bullshit. You're goddamn right, I even feel bad for James. And you know, if the story went down the way that he said he did, yes, Jamie deserved it. If you're gonna attack somebody physically, expect them to fucking defend themselves, stupid. Why is it that Jamie didn't want to go to the cops about that? Probably because she was lying out her ass. There's a big difference between dating somebody who is violent and pushing someone to the point of violence. By pushing them to the point of violence, that denotes that you are getting violent, not them. Self-defense is never violence. Ever. If you're being assaulted and you break their fucking neck because they're trying to kill you, that is not your fault. You have every right to fucking defend yourself. If someone breaks into your house with a fucking gun and you shoot them first, good on you. Good on you for fucking surviving. Between the person that broke into the house and the person who lives in the house, the person who lives in the house is the one that I want to survive in that scenario because they're not the one victimizing people. Robert Henderson typed, "You can, your cell phone provider, and get the records of those restricted numbers. They can see who's calling." But they won't. They won't. I've already tried that. I recorded that conversation as well, and it's also here on my YouTube. When I told you that they made every excuse not to do anything for me, I meant it. Any excuse. All of these things that they were telling me were not illegal. When I'm going to them and saying, hey, the Bollingers are doing this, I need you to fucking look at the evidence and do something about these goddamn predators. Oh, that's not illegal. Oh, we can't do anything about it. Wrong jurisdiction. Well, fine. I'm bringing the shit to you that's in this fucking jurisdiction and you're not fucking doing something about it. The police in this town have literally not done a goddamn thing about any of this except bullshit me. Just like everybody else. Just like Brandon. Brandon wants to alleviate the fact that he could have done something right at the very start of this, but he was too much of a bitch. He was too fucking selfish. When I'm being abused and I need help, it's not selfish of me to ask for help. That's not selfish. You guys have this easy in, easy out fucking policy. Those of you who are fucking spoiled and purdy, and it's difficult to explain to y'all that we don't get what you get. You know, and Katie Whiteman was doing all that evil fucking shit right after Natalie died. Chelsea Worsing knew that the situation was not what Katie Whiteman was painting it as. Katie Whiteman is a piece of shit. She's also a fat black woman. Does that make it okay for her to be a piece of shit? Does the fact that she's a woman somehow magically justify her being a piece of shit? Does the fact that she's black somehow magically justify the fact that she's a piece of shit? It's a good fucking question. Problem is that Chelsea Worthing wanted to be friends with Katie Whiteman. Well, that's fine. You can be friends with Katie Whiteman, but you still need to come forward and tell the truth. If Katie Whiteman is doing fucked up shit to me and fucking slandering me and I'm being abused over it, and you know that I'm telling the fucking truth, maybe perhaps you should, I don't know, tell Katie Whiteman I'm telling the truth. These people's excuses for doing nothing is because they want to be friends with my predators. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who you want to be friends with. These are predators. Well, you don't think they'll fucking do it to you? When I talked to Pam today, she said some ignorant goddamn bullshit that I hear out of everybody. All right, so Brenda Dickinson wanted to tell me about how, yeah, I know all this stuff is going on, and me and Pam had a talk about it, and so on and so forth. Like, fuck. You guys aware this shit's going on? You guys can talk about it amongst yourselves, but you can't fucking speak up to the goddamn cops? What the fuck is wrong with you, Brenda fucking goddamn Dickinson? The fuck is wrong with you, Pam? I saw Pam today. I'm about fucking tired of her bullshit, too. She's a nice lady. I still fucking told her off. I said, you know what, Pam, the difference between you and me is that you have people in person. If you end up in a fucked up situation, you have people that are gonna help, not fucking bullshit you. She's like, me and Wendell don't have anybody. I'm like, you have Wendell. You have Wendell. So yeah, you fucking do have somebody. Wendell has you. So yeah, Wendell fucking has somebody. Don't tell me something that is not fucking true. I don't have a Wendell. I don't have a Pam. Like, Christ, motherfuckers. There's no way you're that goddamn stupid, but then, like, maybe you are. That's a fucking scary thing to think about. Maybe you people are really that fucking stupid. By you people, I mean the American people. You say, oh, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. People can't do that to you. Yeah, they fucking can. Those of you who heard the conversation between me and Brandon today. Yeah. That went pretty well, actually. Of course, he still is not understanding the in-person thing. He's like, well, who do I call? I'm like, I already told you who to call. I'm gonna. I can't. I got writer's block. I've had writer's block for the last 3 years. All right, well, I'm not asking you to type fantasy. If you were trying to type some fucking fantasy, then maybe writer's block would make fucking perfect sense. But you don't get writer's block when it's reality. See, all these people are like, well, who do I talk to? Who do I talk to? Like, it doesn't matter who you talk to. It matters if you go in by yourself or not. Instead of telling me they're not gonna do anything and making that your excuse not to keep your word, how about go in with me and record it? Because them not doing anything is against the law. And if you go in with me and it's recorded, they don't get to do the shit like they pulled in fucking Wyoming. Withholding that computer, knowing that there was evidence on it of abuse all over the fucking place. Knowing that I fucking needed that goddamn computer so that I could fucking defend myself against court dates here and in fucking Colorado. And you know, when Brandon took me there, when Brandon took me to Wyoming, my fucking court date, I was fucking glad for it. My public pretender made it perfectly fucking clear he wasn't going to do his goddamn job, and I did not have the money to jump through all these goddamn hoops. So then people want to go, oh, well, you got money. No, I didn't have money coming in. See, that's the thing. You guys are judging me based off of what you think. You're not judging me based off of my situation. You're basing all of your fucking stupidity off of this fantasy world in your goddamn head. I mean, look at this fucking fantasy world that Natalie and fucking Alicia created. Seriously. Take a look at it. Their fantasy world is a goddamn drug-induced psychosis. Now, Brandon, is he a drug dealer? Nope. As far as I know, he's never even sold pot. Now, Miss Peaches was a pretty big fucking drug dealer back in the day. Not like big time, but like full time. You know? She had kids, and she went from being a full-time fucking drug dealer to being a full-time mom and a part-time pot dealer. And yeah, she sold some pretty heavy drugs after she had kids, but she tried to steer clear of it. And it was only in extreme situations where she really needed the money. Of course, that's kind of what they all say, isn't it? I told you that well, this is what it's really like for us. People pretend to care until it's time to actually do something. It's pretty obvious that every single one of these people could have and should have done something a lot sooner. Just none of these idiots got it through their head. First of all, you need to go in with somebody, and then you also have to fucking document it. There's so much stuff that I had documented about this situation that, like, yeah, that was devastating when I was up there in fucking Montana and they convinced me not to take everything with me to Colorado because I'd be coming back. Turns out they were completely full of shit. They kept my computer, and I finally got it back after fucking over a year. Like, what kind of a fucking human being does that? Meanwhile, Brenda Dickinson, she was involved in that situation. After damn near a year, or 6 months, sorry, Brenda Dickinson made the call with me to those fucking assholes, and they were supposed to send my computer to Brenda's address. You remember when I was telling you Brenda said I could use her address? Yeah, I should have been able to have my own address so that I didn't have to depend on people who were fucking on drugs. Brenda is on a lot of fucking drugs. Unlike Natalie, Brenda has a reason to be on these drugs. She's got rheumatoid arthritis. But that doesn't detract from the fact that she's just as fucked up. Those pain meds ain't healthy for you. Y'all keep telling me to do things that I've done repeatedly. If I've done it repeatedly by myself and it hasn't worked, and I'm jumping through and doing all of the things that you're telling me to do, and I can't possibly do all of those things, but I'm fucking trying, hoping that you will see my fucking efforts and try how I asked to begin with. People don't like to be reminded that they do fucked up shit, or that they did fucked up shit. Brandon, he don't want to be reminded that I'm fucking going through hell every day because he's a fucking coward. And I'm nice enough not to call him a fucking coward. Well, now I got to. After 3 years of fucking excuses and any goddamn bullshit excuse he can come up with. Like, yeah, dude, just like everybody else, you didn't go in with me. You didn't make yourself apprised of the situation. And you capitalized on my time by, instead of listening with the intent to help, you listened with the intent of fucking bitching at me. That's not fucking help, stupid. See, I'm not telling you about my problems just to fucking vent. I'm telling you about my problems because they are severe and I need help. And all these people who never would have been victimized like this to begin with because they have people to protect them from this, i.e. your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever. Your mommy, your fucking daddy. Then there's all these people who promised they were going to help. Then when I'm at resources, they want to tell me, oh, well, my husband said I couldn't. My wife said I couldn't. My mom says I can't. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, Justine. How old are you? 36? 36, and you couldn't tell me that you changed your goddamn mind. You couldn't tell me that your mommy and daddy told you not to help me. That would have been nice to know. It would have been nice if I'd heard it from your face instead of from your sister's husband. That's right. Justine Martindale, her sister's name is, well, she's got two sisters, Jackie Martindale and Jessica Martindale. And Jessica Martindale married a cop in Colorado named William Barr. That guy's about a crock of fucking shit. Here's the thing about Will. He said some things to me that he knew to be honest. If you're lying to somebody to defuse the situation, you are not defusing the situation. But you know what? That's what I come to expect. Fuck you, Jessica Martindale, you're a pig. I can guarantee you are not a good person anymore. I can guarantee you that just because of that fucking badge. And also in who you chose to marry. You know what? I thought Will was a better man than me. I'm the best man I know. Because unlike these son of a bitches, I'm not a goddamn coward. If someone came to me for help, it doesn't take me 3 goddamn years to admit that they came to me for help. How many of y'all think that Brandon is a decent person, and how many of y'all think he's a piece of shit after listening to those conversations? He's a good person, he's just a coward. That's my opinion. Anyway, any money that I have is a temporary bandage. Any money that is sent to me is a temporary bandage. Unless I have help in person, none of it is going to do a whole hell of a lot of good in the long run. It's just going to get wasted. It's going to get wasted on keeping a roof over, even if it's just this, a roof over my head, gas in my vehicle, and food in my belly. My disability money should be covering all that, but then again, with all of the accumulated debts that are accrued from being falsely accused, you spend a lot of your time and a lot of your money paying back people like Brandon who want to throw it in your face that They spent money on stuff. Yeah, I know. I also paid you. I paid you. I didn't demand it or expect it for free. I shouldn't have to pay you to tell the truth. Of course, when do these people get pissed off and throw tantrums? When I tell the truth. Or when they get busted lying to me. Then they go running their mouth to everybody. And when you defend yourself after they've run around talking shit to everybody, they tell you not to talk shit. Excuse me, bitch. You ran around town telling a bunch of people you were going to fucking kill me, trying to hire people to kill me over something I didn't fucking do. Yeah, you're goddamn right. I'm going to fucking say something. No, it's not talking shit. You threatened to fucking kill me, then me saying, hey, Sandy Fromm threatened to kill me. That's not actually talking shit. That's called telling the truth, Sandy. How many more people should I address in this? First thing that these assholes did was take away all of my fucking resources. Take away my ability to defend myself against this fucking slander. And who's they? We need to take a look at that. We need to take a close fucking look at how the disabled are treated by everyone. The assumptions that you make do piss me off because you all make the same retarded assumptions. Like the assumption that autistic means retarded. A lot of you guys go, well, I don't say that. No, you don't say it. But you treat me that way. With all these people that weren't there, they offered to help. But instead of listening to what happened or looking at the evidence, they're busy telling me their own personal bullshit. With Brandon's brother disappearing, that was his personal bullshit. But it was important bullshit. It was important to find his brother. Well, where did they find him? Walking down the fucking side of the road. Schizophrenic as fuck. Of course, Brandon's brother is violent. But it depends on the drugs that he's on, and I try to explain that to you guys. Just because it works for your fucking cousin doesn't mean that me, who's already been on that and knows what it does to me, yeah, you fucking arguing because it works for your cousin is fucking bullshit. One lady, she tells me about how this med is helping out her fucking cousin, and I met her cousin. I'm like, holy shit, somebody should fucking put him out of his misery. God, he didn't look like a fucking human being at all. He had fucking raccoon eyes, Ritalin face. You guys know Ritalin face. That's that little kid who's all fucking zombified on Ritalin with fucking sucking eyes and fucking raccoon eyes, you know? And girls are even more prone to that than boys. It fucks with your fat tissue. But then, like, for the rest of your life, you basically got a sugar addiction. Nearly everybody that I know who took Ritalin for any extended period of time, they're all addicted to fucking sugar. They all get hot flashes if they spend an extended time without sugar. It's difficult to explain. Then there's the fucked up situations that arise from that. Like people thinking that you're diabetic when you're not. I shouldn't have had to do the things that I did to defend myself. But I was being fucking victimized and ignored by all the people that you're supposed to be able to go to for help. My family has always done me more harm than good. Like when my mom rented me the house down on First Street. God, that didn't go well. I gave her $200. Very next day, my stepdad Scott come back from Iraq. He was working for Halliburton, and he was pissed off that I was in his house while he was renting the house up on 6th Street because Mom was afraid of black mold in the house on First Street. So nobody should be in there if there's black mold. By the way, they never did anything about the black mold. But whatever. Now Amy and Andrew, which are in there with their 4 fucking kids. That's fucking healthy. Now, I could do something about the black mold. I'm not going in that house, though. Not unless it's mine. The fact that my mom gave it to a fucking child molester is fucking gross. Disgusting. My mom gave that house to one of my fucking predators. But you know what? It's what I come to expect from the woman. Anything she can do to hurt me for telling on her. That's what happens when you tell on predators. They get to hurt you and nobody cares. Especially female predators. Oh my God. With male predators, you kind of turn a blind eye to it when he's being predatory. With female predators, you will fucking help them. Oh my God, you are fucking sick in the head. America's a nasty goddamn country.